Ayo, Jacksonmization here, and I'm here to talk about how strong is Jiren. Let's go. Whoa, this video has been asked by a lot of people in my previous videos, and ever since Jiren versus Goku even happened. Now, in the newest episode, it showed more detail of how strong Jiren actually is. And I made a how strong is Ultra Instinct Goku before that episode, aired, literally a couple hours before it aired. So that same day, I posted a video on how strong Ultra Instinct Goku is, but I missed some major points in the episode that aired after I posted it, so I will be going over that. But things I will be going over in the videos, including Ultra Instinct Goku, is how strong some other characters is besides Jiren and Ultra Instinct Goku, like, let's say, the Grand Priest. So let's get those out the way first. Let's start in chronological order. Infinite Zamasu. Infinite Zamasu was a being that was able to link up with every single timeline in the universe. So basically, he became the universe. And not just the universe, but every timeline of the universe. Now, I know what you're asking. If he merged with the universe and every timeline that's in it, how many timelines is in the universe itself? Well, for that, I'll have to explain how timelines and time travel works in Dragon Ball. So let's go ahead and get that started right now. See, the way that we think about timelines in the real world is that there's one timeline. And if you go back in the past and change even one slight thing, that will change the whole future of that timeline. But Dragon Ball uses a different type of theory. They use the string theory or the multiverse theory. Now, no, I'm not saying multiverse as in all the 18 universes combined equal to multiverse. I mean multiverse as in the multiverse theory or the string theory. Or if you go back in the past, you go into another timeline's past. And if you change anything, you only change that timeline's future. And if you change anything in that timeline, the timeline that you just came from will not change. Let me explain it like this. Let's say that you're in your timeline. So this red line right here is your timeline. We will call this timeline A. Now let's say that you're in timeline A and you're in the present. Let's count this line as the present. And this line is the past you want to go back into. In string theory, there's multiple timelines. So let's call the second timeline, timeline B. And you go back into the past, but into timelines B's past, not A's past. Or your timeline's past. And let's say you change something. You will only change something in timelines B's past. So in string theory, there's an infinite amount of timelines you can change. So the way we perceive time travel, we think there's only one timeline. But in string theory, there is an infinite amount of timelines. Now, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but string and multiverse theory is a complex subject to explain. So for your benefits, I'll let Gohan explain for you.
You see, when I travel back to the past, I'm technically going to a different universe.
Oh, you mean multiverse theory?
Wait, what?
Yeah. With every decision, it creates a branch in the timeline. Whenever you travel back in time, you're actually entering another parallel universe.
Oh my god, why are you using Team 4 Star for this? Yes, Team 4 Star isn't canon material, but that doesn't mean what they say is false. Team 4 Star's Gohan perfectly explained multiverse theory. I'm just letting him explain it to you if I'm not explaining it good enough. This is also backed up by the guys that explains that the universe is an endless expansive space wrapped around every celestial body that exists, or the universe has an infinite amount of timelines. And I know what you're asking. Why does this have anything to do with Infinite Zamasu? Well, do you want to know why we call him Infinite Zamasu? Because he was able to link with every single timeline in the universe. And as I just proved, there is an infinite amount of timelines in every universe. So Infinite Zamasu has infinite power, making him nigh omnipotent. What the fuck? Bullshit! Bull fucking shit! Hold on, let me argue the counter arguments you're making up in your mind right now. Cause I have heard it all. Some people say that Infinite Zamasu is not infinite because he failed to link with the entire universe. Which I have to disagree, because in this scan, you see that Infinite Zamasu leaked out from his timeline into the present timeline's universe. Let me put it in another sense for you. Infinite Zamasu succeeded in linking himself in the universe he was already in. And in the scan here, he's trying to link up with another universe in a different timeline. Or as we call it, the present timeline. Or the timeline with the alive Z fighters, with the young Pilaf group, and the alive Chi-Chi and Goten, which Black Goku stated to have killed in his timeline. This just proves how much power and how strong Infinite Zamasu actually is. And Zeno, by just stretching, was able to destroy him instantly. So what does this all gotta do with Jiren? Jiren was so strong that it's stated by Supreme Kai that his power feels different from anyone they've ever faced before. And who was literally the last enemy that they just faced? That's right, Infinite Zamasu. Ugh, why are you wanking? Supreme Kai didn't mean it in strength wise. People actually says that stuff. Which I have to disagree, because Supreme Kai, literally after stating that, says that he's strong, plain and simple. Meaning in strength wise. That right there alone makes Jiren fourth dimensional. Now I also wanted to talk about the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest, with the flick of his arm, was able to turn the whole world of Void sky green. Which means the Grand Priest is also able to play with infinity, as the scan shows. Now let's talk about the world of Void for a second before I get into the feats about it. The world of Void is a world without time or space and filled with infinite nothingness. And as stated and shown, Jiren was able to shake the world of Void without doing nothing at all. Literally all he did was walk, and he made the world of Void shake. An earthquake the size of infinity. Now, there are some kind of arguments on that claim I just made. Some people claim that Jiren shook nothing, which means if you shake anything in the world of Void, since it's filled with infinite nothingness, that means you have shook absolutely nothing. Which again, I have to disagree on that counter argument. Here is my debunks on those claims. For one, the Grand Priest was able to turn the whole world of Void sky green. If the world of Void is filled with nothing, how on earth would he be able to turn the sky green? This means that the world of Void has something, not nothing, to be able to make the sky turn green. And also, another debunk, Hit. Hit was able to use his time skip. If there was nothing in the universe, like time and space, he would not be able to use his time skip. Meaning without time, he would not be able to use his time skip. Now people will try to debunk this and say that he doesn't control the time outside his personal dimension that he makes. Which I have to disagree with you again, because Hit specifically says that time for everyone except us is stopped. Or he has the ability to stop time outside his personal dimension he makes. But people will always have counter arguments. One of which is that Vado specifically states that Hit does not actually stop time. Which I have to kindly disagree with you again, because who has more power? A person that constantly uses the time skip technique, or a person that doesn't even know how to use the technique? If Hit says he stops time, he stops time. And now my final debunk. The world of Void is filled with infinite nothingness. Just because the world of Void is stated to be filled with nothingness does not mean it has nothing in it. In that case, the world of Void wouldn't exist at all. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. As you see here, this room is filled with nothingness. Now, if you shake it, that is a room-sized earthquake. Just because the room is filled with nothingness does not mean you didn't shake anything at all. Same context with the world of Void, but the difference is it's filled with infinite nothingness, which Jiren, by just existing, was able to shake. And because it's stated to be infinite, it has to have an infinite amount of area in the world of void. So my point is, the world of void is filled with infinite something, not nothing, and Jiren was able to shake it. That again proves that Jiren is fourth dimensional. Now, if you're not convinced that Jiren is fourth dimensional yet, I got some more proof that Jiren is fourth dimensional. It is shown in the Hit versus Jiren fight. Hit was specifically assigned to take out Jiren. This was because Hit is the strongest out of Universe 6. So Hit was able to dent Jiren, something that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku couldn't even do. Which means in scaling wise, Hit is on par or even stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. But even with Hit using his strongest and final attack, Jiren was able to outpower it by just looking at it. This is when Jiren broke through Hit's dimension seal, shattered Hit's strongest ball of energy, and surpassed time. This was even stated by Vados. She stated that Jiren transcends time itself. That's when Supreme Kai states, "Are you telling me that even time itself means nothing against Jiren's strength?" And since time and space is linked, that means time and space itself has nothing against Jiren's strength. And both Supreme Kai and Vado states it, meaning that it is writer's intent to put Jiren above time and space itself. This means that Toei and Toriyama himself want Jiren above time and space. So don't be stating stuff in the comments like you take it too literally or they didn't mean it like that. They want it to be known that Jiren is above time and space. And that's hard and logical facts. Well then that means that Jiren is above Zeno then. Are you telling me that Jiren could be Zeno now, huh? People also tell me that too. No one ever said that Jiren was above Zeno. Zeno is above anybody in the Dragon Ball series right now. He is made to be the strongest, making Zeno also fourth dimensional, proven when he destroyed an entire multiverse with infinite timelines. Well, if Zeno is fourth dimensional, why is there different Zenos in different timelines? This must mean that time affects Zeno. I guess I'll debunk this too, because I was hearing this all last week. Just because you're fourth dimensional does not mean there could only be one of you. That right there is called omnipotent. If you are omnipotent, there cannot be more than one of you. Not fourth dimensional. Y'all got that mixed up. I just had to clear that up. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. On what level, what tier is Jiren on? Well, as you should have seen already in the series, Jiren was able to just glare away Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku in full powered Hit. So this means that Jiren is far above Goku in a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 form. And just the Super Saiyan God is universal, and Goku absorbed that into his base. Now even the God of Destructions was jerking their dicks off on Jiren's face. They was claiming that he is on a whole other level. Even his own personal God of Destruction says that no one at all can stand up to Jiren in his strength. And even with all their dick jerking, Beerus even says that he's far from full power. Yes, Beerus even said it. Beerus, a being that is able to finesse the shit out of every other God of Destruction that was fighting him. Now yes, it is in the manga, a whole different continuity of the anime. But it's safe to say that Beerus is one of the strongest of the God of Destructions, and he was afraid of Jiren's power. They even had statements where they were saying that there's a universe where lives a mortal that's even stronger than their God of Destruction. Then they state that it appears the rumor is true, proving that Jiren is rather on par or stronger than the God of Destructions, safely putting him on God of Destruction level and fourth dimensional tier. This means that anybody that's on par or stronger than suppressed Jiren is on God of Destruction level and fourth dimensional tier. As a perfect example, Ultra Instinct Goku. As you see in their fight, Goku was able to go toe to toe on par with a suppressed Jiren. Now for Hit, not really, because Hit used a lot of hacks. He even used time itself as a hacks. So Hit isn't on Jiren's level. He's not even on Ultra Instinct Goku's level, as proven when Jiren was able to shatter Hit's strongest attack. But anyway, hit that like button if you like what you saw. Subscribe and hit that bell button for more content. Comment your thoughts and questions down below in the comment section. I love y'all, and Jacksonmization out.